Thank you, Father Riggert, and thank all of you so much for welcoming me back here to St. Joseph's. It's really good to be here with you again. It's good to be here, first of all, so that I can have the chance to get to talk to you and let you know what's been going on with me, what's been going on in my life, and hopefully after Mass get the chance to talk with some of you to hear what's been going on with you. 2 years ago, when I finished my pastoral internship here, I made the decision to withdraw from the seminary program. I returned to Seattle and began working again as a structural engineer. During that time, I got to work on several different interesting building projects. Among them, several banana ripening rooms, a strawberry sorting facility, a couple of French fry processing plants, and even a bacon processing building. Hope I'm not making anybody hungry here. Lunch is coming up soon. In addition to working, I rejoined my parish community at Blessed Sacrament in Seattle and became involved with some committees and a couple other ministries that I would work on evenings after work and on weekends. While I was enjoying re-engaging my career as an engineer, I also started to notice an imbalance in my life. I felt like after I finished work, there just wasn't enough time or energy to fully devote myself to the ministries that I was feeling drawn to. When I became aware of that tension and desire within me, I began to discern if I was being called to reconsider the possibility of priesthood. So after another year and a half of discernment through prayer and ministry and spiritual direction, it became clear to me that it was time to return to the seminary, and so that's what I did. In January, I went back to seminary formation, this time at Mount Angel in Oregon. Thank you all so much again for all the support and love that you gave to me when I was here with you, and that I know you still give to me today. As I said before, it's so good to be back here with you again. It's also good to be here with you so that I have the chance to talk to you about the annual Catholic Appeal. And I'd like to share with you 3 specific ways that the appeal is important, and do so within the context of today's gospel. As we heard Father Riggert describe briefly before I came up here, the themes of today's gospel is focused on the Good Shepherd, and this Sunday we commonly call this Good Shepherd Sunday. Because in the gospel we hear Jesus refer to himself as the Good Shepherd. And he describes the particular care that he has for us as his sheep. This imagery of the Good Shepherd taking care of his sheep reminds me of one of the first homilies that Pope Francis preached soon after he became Pope. At the Chrism Mass on Holy Thursday in 2013, he exhorted priests to be shepherds with the smell of the sheep. Playing on the beautiful scriptural imagery of a shepherd and his sheep, the Holy Father was calling priests to follow Jesus' example, to be good shepherds who know their sheep, who gain their trust, and who aren't afraid to be close to them and get involved in both the joys and the messiness of their lives. I can think of many priests who have been a good shepherd to me throughout my life. In particular, I think of my first pastor, Father Joe. I still have an old photograph from my first communion day that captures the essence of my memory of Father Joe. In the photo, I'm proudly wearing a brand new dress shirt with my very first clip-on necktie. This one's a real one. And Father Joe is kneeling down with his arm around me and a big smile on his face. And that's how I remember Father Joe, at my side, like a good shepherd, always showing me the love of Jesus. And I think that's how everyone remembered Father Joe. Because even as a small child, I knew that Father Joe loved everybody. And I also knew that everybody loved Father Joe. Father Joe's retired now, but he's certainly not forgotten. He's not forgotten because even to this day, when I gather with my godparents and other friends and family from the parish, Father Joe's name always comes up, and people remember stories of how he impacted their lives. Father Joe's also not forgotten because contributions made to the annual Catholic Appeal support him and his care during his retirement. The appeal is important because it supports the care for Father Joe and all the other retired priests and religious brothers and sisters in our diocese who served for so many years as good shepherds. Another aspect of the annual Catholic Appeal that is important is that it's the primary source of financial support for seminarians, for those young men who, like me, hope to one day be good shepherds like Father Joe. Contributions to the appeal help pay for the significant cost of seminary tuition, books, living expenses, and all the other costs that are associated with our formation and training. I've been a seminarian for almost 6 years, and in that time I've always been grateful for your generous financial and spiritual support, which allows me and my brother seminarians to pursue this vocation. I'm also grateful for the many good shepherds we have at our seminary who've helped me in my discernment and formation. I've personally struggled with indecision, uncertainty, loneliness, and even feeling distant from God. I'm sure many of you can relate to these very human feelings. Through all of this, I've been blessed with good priests, sisters, lay men and women who've helped me as good shepherds through my personal struggles. The appeal is important because it allows me and my brother seminarians to learn from these good shepherds at our seminary how to be the next generation of good shepherds here in the Archdiocese of Seattle. Although Pope Francis's remarks about being a good shepherd were directed to priests at the Chrism Mass, I don't think he would mind if I expanded them to also include the others in our Archdiocese who also do some shepherding of their own. There are countless religious sisters and brothers and lay ministers among us, many of you here with us today, who also know the reality of having the smell of the sheep, who are willing to get involved with people who need the love of the Good Shepherd. During my years as a seminarian, I've been blessed to minister all over the Archdiocese, along with many of you, in hospitals, nursing homes, homeless shelters, food banks, jails, schools, and youth camps. On behalf of the thousands of people whose lives have been transformed by these ministries, please accept all of our thanks for your generosity. The annual Catholic Appeal is important because it allows the love of the Good Shepherd to be spread through these and more than 60 ministries and services throughout our Archdiocese. Having lived among you for a year, I'm already aware of the tremendous generosity of this community, both from seeing it in action and also being a recipient of it myself. Again, I thank you for sharing the love of Christ so willingly with me and all your brothers and sisters in our Archdiocese. Today, I'm relying on your generosity once again by asking everyone to join me in making a pledge or a one-time gift to the annual Catholic Appeal. Your support is critical to the success of the annual Catholic Appeal, to provide care for the retired Good Shepherds in our Archdiocese, to help form new Good Shepherds for our Archdiocese, and to make possible for the Good Shepherd's love to be spread through the many ministries and services throughout our Archdiocese. You'll notice in the pews that there are envelopes for the annual Catholic Appeal. This year's total goal for the Archdiocese is $11 million, and our parish goal is $192,000. Please remember that every dollar over our goal comes back here to St. Joe's to help pay for this year for capital maintenance projects to help improve our facilities here on campus. Also know that your employers might offer matching gift programs, so please check with your employer to see if your gift can be increased simply by participating in the matching programs. So I invite everyone now to take up an envelope and take a few moments to consider making a commitment to the annual Catholic Appeal. If you're ready to do so today, please fill it out and place it in the collection basket. There's many different ways to give: check, credit card, debit card, electronic fund transfers. You'll notice all the instructions on here for how to get to the website, the QR code if you have a smartphone. There's many ways to give. Hopefully it's a way that you're able to do so. Please remember, though, that if you're unable to give financially, we still want your participation. We still need your participation. You can still fill out an envelope and indicate that you're praying for the Archdiocese, you're praying for the appeal. You can indicate what you are praying for on the envelope, or if you have prayer intentions yourself that you'd like to ask prayers for. Your prayers are critical and your participation is critical. So please fill out the envelope even if you aren't able to give financially. This will also prevent you from receiving continued mailings from the Archdiocese to help saving resources needlessly being sent to you. Thanks so much for your generosity to our church. Our church is able to provide good shepherds because of your generosity. Those shepherds who, especially in times of great need, help us all look forward to a future full of hope. I, along with Father Gary and the parish staff, thank you for your faithful support to the annual Catholic Appeal. Thank you very much, and God bless you.